Hey, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Here we go. Game number 3 of this best of 5 series coming at you. Again, this is the finals here of the SkinCoin WCA, the European region. The winner of this getting their share of that $50,000 prize pool. Of course, a little bit more than what the runner-up team would get. But they've already both qualified for the LAN event, as we've been talking about. So this match specifically, just for that individual prize pool here. Well, right now, HellRaisers up 2-0 in this best of 5 series. So Empire is going to have to take it one game at a time, but try to make the comeback here. We'll see how they do starting with this first game. I'm BreakyCPK, and for this cast, actually going to be joined by a new caster. Skim had to take off, but I'm going to be joined by Rhyme. Here, Rhyme, how's it going, man?
It's going okay. It's going okay. I'm trying to do a little bit of a research, see what happened in the previous 2 games. Game 1 looked pretty interesting, 1 hour and 10 minutes. That seemed rough. And game 2, not quite so interesting. That kind of seemed like a Pugna kind of rolled over everyone.
So it would have been backwards, because game 1 was the Pugna game, and then the last game was the 70-minute game there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it's gone backwards on the thingy. All right, there we go.
Got it. But yeah, no, I mean that's pretty much all there is to it. It was an arc warden attempt from Empire, and they kept drawing out the game. But good play as a team from HellRaisers, specifically 3-3 on Lycan, as I was talking about in that series, or in that game even, and ultimately led them to the victory. So now here we are, backs against the wall for Empire, and they're going to start out with an Earthshaker into a Pugna coming out for their second pick. Necrophos, Ancient Apparition, already on the other side, though. So what do you think of the earlier Pugna pick here from Empire?
I think it's like they had first pick, and they picked Pugna after seeing Necro AA. So Pugna's just generally pretty good against Necro. He just kind of kills him if they are left alone in a fight together. So he's a pretty just nice counter overall, because Necro has pretty high mana costs, and he will just tend to kill himself if he's not careful. HellRaisers is just picking up Necro AA, so obviously Necro doesn't get hard counted immediately. I think it's all about like giving Necro a good lane for HellRaisers at this point. Empire just picking pretty reactively so far, apart from the Earthshaker, which is just generally a good hero for them.
Yeah, always going to be a good option first pick, so not surprised to see that. And HellRaisers going to go Kunkka, and this is looking very familiar. I know you didn't cast the previous game, but I'll let you know that this is the same draft so far. That HellRaisers
Enigma Lycan? Oh no, Enigma's already out.
Yeah.
Lycan could show up. Although he wouldn't be very good versus... I don't know if he'd be that great versus Earthshaker Pugna first 2, but you never know.
Yeah, I don't think it's as friendly of a Lycan game off the bat, but man, Oracle even coming out. So even Empire, outside of Pugna, they had Earthshaker and Oracle last game themselves. Both teams kind of reacting to the previous game a little bit, but you mentioned that Enigma being banned, so HellRaisers at least going to have to do something different there. And then maybe changing up their one position instead. But they're confident with the Oracle pick again at this point.
Yeah, they just third pick that hero. They don't really even pick any combos with that. They just really like playing with Oracle. So they seem to know something that everyone else doesn't. But judging from the last 2 games, maybe that isn't entirely true. So HellRaisers, they've already got pretty good heroes. So they just want to make sure they have a good lane matchup, because Oracle plus whatever, like if Oracle comes to Pugna's lane, they have a pretty easy kill on most heroes. So they want to protect their Necro in the first 10 minutes. But I'm just worried about what they're going to get for offlane, because HellRaisers, like, no matter what they pick is going to get countered at this point pretty hard.
Yeah.
Because this 4th pick is much weaker than the other 4th pick. So.
Yeah. That makes sense there. So again, do they want to go with their mid, or actually I guess they already kind of have their mid in the Necrophil, so it's more of the off lane, or do they just go with that safe lane here instead? They went with the Enigma here, but as we kept talking about, it's being banned, so obviously couldn't go that direction. So Sexy Bamboo, what else could he potentially play here? Well,
it's the Lycan. All right, they just put it straight out, 4th pick. They don't think that even with 2 picks, the Team Empire can really do much to contest it. God, how is the draft? It's like so fast, you know, they're just... Like, the only slow part of this is the very early laning stage, right? So it's before AA and Kunkka get 6. And once those heroes get 6, like, Team Empire need to, like, start playing in groups. Like, you can't go alone. You just get bolted into AA Blast, or you get called by Necro. He just starts running at people knowing that AA Blast is going to back him up. Like, Lycan start running at you from trees you never knew existed. It starts picking up quite quickly. So Empire need to kind of shut them down, or at least get a pretty strong start in the first few minutes, I think. So it's all about lanes.
Yeah, but it does go back to the Pugna pick, and I mean, Batrider was their offlane the last game. He did a hell of a job, and I mean, Pugna could obviously be offlane, safe lane, short, like so. Not even necessarily comparing it to that, but more so, Pugna's pretty good against Lycan though too, in the sense that it decrepifies. You pointed out earlier on, so the confidence here from HellRaisers is definitely something. Going the Lycan into what's already kind of, annoying with the Earthshaker, even as we saw the last game, and now the Pugna, and knowing that they even have a 4th pick here and a final pick on top of all of that. So, but I will say that 3-3, he played a very good Lycan. I stressed it at the end there. So definitely it's good to have confidence. But see, now they have to deal with a Warcry buff from Sven in these fights. So it even gets worse. It even gets harder for the Lycan, it seems like.
Yeah, Lycan has a hard time, like, in a vacuum, he doesn't kill anyone because he needs BKB because he's just going to get decrept, he's going to get annoyed by Earthshaker, Sven's going to stun him, he's to go through Warcry. So you probably be saying, I don't know, some kind of BKB diffusal coming out from him at some point. But it's just, you've got the Oracle, I think it's Fate's Edict that disarms you. I can't remember the names of any of those spells, like Purifying Flames and Fortune's End and all vaguely posh names. But yeah. So Lycan by himself, he doesn't do too good against any one of them, but the way Lycan paces the game, you just kind of fight around how you just have more stuff than the enemy team, you're just going to throw it at them. So his item, like, he's pretty strong with his item timing, so they're going to be playing around those, I think. So name of the game currently for HellRaisers is just get through laning phase, get a few ganks over Conquer and AA, make your supports useful very early on. And for Empire, it's just kind of keep everyone alive.
Turn to pick.
Oh.
Okay, I feel like they really even yet another hero that's potentially pretty good against Lycan for several reasons. So really kind of doing it there. But yeah, Brewmaster final pick, and with that, I assume that's going to be an offlane Brewmaster in the Pugna middle.
10 seconds
if I had to guess, but
remaining.
how about that?
Yeah, I would assume so. But then they could just like have. You don't really want to have a Panda versus a Necro. I don't think that's the best lane for him in the world. So I think I assume it's probably going to be Pugna versus Necro. So that seems like the safest way to do it. I'm just looking at what do they even pick, like, because they could put the Necro off lane, but they could also pick some quite fast hero for the off lane and then just kind of run around with him and the Conquer. But they've banned out Nyx, Enigma already. Like, there's no Doom, there's no LC. Sand King maybe could pop up, but against Oracle and Shaker, he's not the greatest, but he's pretty good against all these heroes. He's reliable Disable, which they don't really have any of right now.
Mm-hmm.
In fact, they really do need instant Disable and HellRaisers to make their combos work against BKBs. So I would assume that Sand King would be very good for them.
Yeah,
maybe Centaur or something, but...
Oh, that's actually...
Mag, okay.
Choose your hero.
Huh, they end up with Mag. So it's a big cooldown, but they got the RP now. It's similar to the last game, really, in the sense of the Enigma, where it was a big cooldown, but obviously he also has the Malphus, where Magnus, in this sense, has the Skewer to help out, too. But he's going to be throwing up that Empower buff on Lycan, making even more of a threat as far as his damage is concerned. But, yeah, they end up with the Magnus. That you mentioned a lot of those heroes kind of being banned as well. So do you like the option that they ended up with?
Well, it increases the farm rate a lot. It means that Lycan with Empower is going to... He's not going to farm at the same rate as Sven, because Sven, the cleave is just a bit much, but it's going to keep him on par. It means that in the time when nothing is really happening, when HellRaisers is just farming up, they don't feel the graph working against them, because Mag is pretty good for that. Mag himself farms very quickly. He farms up extremely fast if he's left alone, so you need to constantly pressure him, and he makes his other cores farm faster. Obviously, if they're melee. Maybe a bit more if they're ranged, but, it's not quite the same effect. But I'm just worried that they have no real instant disable. So I think this HellRaisers lineup needs to come online very, before the BKBs. So, when Sven's got his, Blink Echo Saber, they take a fight with Lycan when he gets his item, like maybe Diffusal or something. They get an RP with a Blink. They take a fight from there. And then it's up to Empire to really look for initiations when HellRaisers are already getting the push going. With, Necro heading the tower, Lycan waiting to see where I can run and stuff like that. So I think HellRaisers want to be the ones playing aggressive from 15 minutes onwards, because once the BKBs come out, they can't really just go,
Oh yeah, they definitely played off of that last game again, especially in last game. He got off to a great start. They even got the first blood on him, and he was 1,000 net worth plus anyone else in the game for the first 10 minutes, I want to say, of that one. So an explosive start like that for HellRaisers would be nice, obviously with the Empower buff to help him get there, as mentioned. Bottom lane, ooh, Miposhka. He got spotted out right here. So they don't know if he placed a ward, but they're going to place their own, actually. So that's
I really like this. So HellRaisers have gone, okay, Bambo, you want to go mid? Sure, I'll go mid. Like, you want to go mid against this? Fine. And then they've sent the Necro to the safe lane, so they've managed to get the Necro versus Panda matchup. They've managed to get the Mag versus... Well, Mag's going to farm against pretty much whatever, right? He's gonna do okay versus Pugna.
Yeah.
So they guarantee that they get the laning power out of the Necro that they really were looking for. And they also get the aggro tri-lane with Kunkka, Lycan, and AA, so this looks nasty. Like, the Empire need to be extremely careful with their positioning in this lane.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Chilling Touch, again, especially with these trio, Lycan on top of that, it's something that if they get on top of you, the torrent hits, and it's pretty much going to be a guaranteed kill. You know, maybe pending a Warcry, and Sven himself is going to be a little more difficult, but especially on Oracle, he'll need to be careful at that top lane, as mentioned. So Empire gonna see the lanes come out here eventually. I doubt they really know this fully just yet. In fact, top lane, Vanscore.
Vanscore, no.
There's that Chilling Touch. Watch him drop now. Okay, well, the Purge comes up, actually, so yeah, never mind. Fortune's End, pretty good against that.
Yeah, it's just a Chilling Touch. He's just off.
Yeah.
So he's just out, which is pretty good. And then Mag doesn't get a block, so Chappie should have a pretty strong start in this lane. He should be fairly comfortable. There's no way Pugna should even not dominate. Like, he should just crush this lane now with a good block, I think. Mag will still farm a bit, but there'll be no pressure on the Pugna.
Yeah. And you also have Miposhka rotating around, of course, so that's something else that Sexy Bambo is going to have to deal with as he's running in here, and out comes the fissure. Nope, he's just keeping him positive here. So bottom lane, though, they do get the Brewmaster versus the Necrophos matchup, and it sounded like that I think Necrophos should have a pretty good time here, but maybe the same thing for the Brewmaster, where he's not necessarily going to be in trouble. I mean, he could probably get a decent farm himself, I'd figure.
It starts off actually Brew favored, because obviously Necro can't really last hit very well, but Ghost Stick is just not having a good time last hitting at all. He's sitting 0-on-1, so he just needs to make sure he gets as much farm as he can in these first few levels. Milan is getting hit.
Yeah, Kunkka, he's taking some good damage right here. He'll be fine. Another Stormhammer in 6 seconds. Maybe trying to get close enough. Orca, the block from the Fissure on the wrong side, and that was a good attempt from Miposhka there. Just not enough, though. However, they still might get Ancient Apparition. In fact, they absolutely will. He goes the other direction, realizing there's a lost cause. So First Blood going out for Sven right there after all that. Good rotation from the Earthshaker.
They even leave that for him. They both stop right-clicking the Oracle and the Earthshaker. They donate the kill to FN because they realize he wants his boots and he wants his stick and he wants them now. So they'll help him out with that.
Sounds like a good plan.
Just thinking Elastis now. This bot lane, no one's really farming, and this works out for the Necro, because when the levels start increasing, like Necro gets like level 5, that's when Panda's just sad.
Yeah.
It does not get any better from there. Because then Necro starts like just killing waves and just hitting you the entire time. Then if you try and trade with him, then he just nukes you and the creep wave, and he's regenning for 20 HP a second, and you're not. So it gets quite difficult.
Dire's bottom tower.
Yeah, so he's going to roll away on that barrel. But for now, Kaiser controlling that creep wave. Invis Rune going to be snatched up by Miposhka. He's been very active in this early game, as you like to see from your Earthshaker. He's still level 1, but he's going to come back to the top lane, has another Fissure ready to go. See if they can maybe catch somebody again. No one's really that low on life currently. But with that Invis, they're going to set up perhaps on Kunkka. They had a little bit of a chance right there. What's the mana like on Sven? Yeah, he would be ready to go as well. They're running up. There we go. They block in Kunkka. He had no clue. However, he makes his way out somehow. Torrent goes out. There's that Stormhammer finally used. Waiting until it's necessary, and the last chance magic stick is not enough to save Kunkka right there. So it ends up being the kill for them. 3-3 is going for the turn kill, though. Vanscore, he pops a Fairy Fire. Look at the hero block from Miposhka as well on top of that, and 3-3 will have to just back off. Great teamwork right there from the side of Empire.
Yeah, it's really nice blocking from Miposhka. He just guarantees that they don't get a trade there. Like, Lycan would have been completely fine with that. Like, trading evenly in an aggro tri-lane like this when the enemy Sven isn't really farming that well, they're happy with that. But losing heroes for nothing, not so great. But then FN just kind of falls over, so.
Yeah, he's probably dead here. Warcry not going to save him, so.
Okay.
As you mentioned, support's not there. That leaves an opening. to go on to Sven. So no way to get rid of that chilling touch or keep Sven alive and take advantage. So just like that, not going too bad once again for them at the top lane. Middle lane though, Pugna 27-6. You got a Magnus 21-1 here in this matchup.
Yeah,
so
when it starts getting pretty bad, like it looks even-ish, but then you realize like Chappie's not really using anywhere near the same amount of regen that Bambo is, and Bambo's looking for runes and he doesn't get it. And Chappie walks off the bot with his double null and he gets a DD instantly. That's a sad sight for Mag. When he sees Pugna roll up back to lane with that, he's gonna be sad. I think Chappie's just gonna try and get the kill on the Necro, but he does have a ward that should catch this, so he might just take the stack though.
3-3, okay, he's fine. FN choosing not to use the Stormhammer up there. As I was watching that top lane, they're going even with the Fisher block, but figuring they wouldn't have the damage output, they decided it's best to hold off. But yeah, back down here, bottom lane, Chappie, he takes that massive stack as you mentioned, as Necrophos was just running down to it. So well played by him. He's going to head back towards the middle lane. Safe to say that he is having a great start on the Pugna right here, and Magnus at least taking advantage of Pugna being gone for the time being, but with him coming back now, he will have to fall back once again.
Yeah, that was a really nice move, taking that stack.
Dire's middle tower is under
Just taking
attack.
that farm away from the Necro means that that Necro is not going to get out of control too soon. And Fanscore just gets the kill onto AA, who was just being a little bit too ambitious contesting that pull.
Yeah, I didn't catch that action right there. You have to think it's they catch him with the Stormhammer and the root lockdown. That Oracle with the Fortune's End, seen him use it several times, and Purifying Flames definitely do not underrate that ability, man. It's a level 1 at 90 damage nuke. Sure, it heals up after the fact, but it can really burst you down.
Yeah, you can usually land about 3 before it starts having a net benefit, but obviously you purge the first 1 or even 2, so you can get a lot of damage out, especially when Oracle hits level 3, that's when it gets a bit absurd. But
yeah,
even if he does hit level 3 right now, he doesn't really have the mana pool to make use of it. So he's still got a little bit of time to use that. Acoustic. Oh,
they're going in, man.
here we go.
Gunka. Okay, he's going to be fine. The fissure was a little bit awkward too, although J4, Hal comes out. It is nighttime, amping the effect, and that's going to keep them alive, actually. Engagement there. But you're mentioning something about Ghost Stick?
Yeah, Ghost Stick is just, he's just farming under tower now, but yeah, this bot lane is kind of... Necro isn't really farming hugely well. He's only got 23 CS, which is less than the enemy Sven, but he's crushing the Brewmaster in CS.
Yeah.
Like, Brewmaster's got 11. I think he put a lot of effort into just staying alive in this lane. Just kind of being annoying. But Poshka's on the run.
Yeah, he's trying. RP is here if necessary. Ideally, shouldn't need it, though. The Torrent combo with the X should secure this kill. Yeah, Milan, in fact, will get credit for it, but the Empower buff on Magnus helps to make that one happen. So nice find there. And making use of that haste rune he had bottled up, of course. As that's going to be wearing off now, but Magnus, not doing too shabby. Again, he's definitely losing to the Pugna here in the middle lane, but overall doing all right. Kind of seems to be the theme, as you mentioned, also with the Necrophos bottom lane. It's like he's not dominating, but he's doing all right. And then even Lycan, can't overlook the fact that he's actually managed to see us very well up here, despite what's going on. Middle lane, though, collapsing again. Okay,
what do you do when there's just 3 of him, and he's diving you onto the tower?
RP and Skewer.
He's trying to stay alive, and he's going to get away with it.
Oh, yeah, he is. Well, good, he did.
No tower deny for the Necro.
Jostic gets it. He comes back, though, and he's in trouble. Reaper Scythe kill, in fact. I'm sure coming out here. Nope, never mind. Decides to hold it.
Yeah, not really that much point if you're guaranteed to get the kill. It's only 10-second respawn time, and they don't really need it right now. So using level 1 Necro to secure kills, it's really not worth it now with the new cooldown. It's almost 2 minutes without it. Because it is pretty useful in fights. So I think he made the right play there by holding it.
How about Lycan, though, at the top lane? The fact that he's managed very good farm up there, despite all that action coming out. Is that surprising to you, or is it maybe expected that he's doing so well?
He basically was pretty much bodyguarded by the AA and Conquer the whole time. So those two aren't really doing amazing on levels. Like AA is level 4, which is okay. Conquer's only level 3. So it comes at a cost. But he's doing pretty well. The whole purpose of the aggro try is to contest the Sven and to make sure Lycan gets farm. And they guaranteed that Lycan got farm because it's a pretty strong tri lane. It's probably not going to out-roam a Shaker and Oracle, but it can definitely outlane it, or at least go even. Boschka's just kind of being annoyed here.
Yeah, now Milan maybe annoying him a little bit too much. He has a buddy now. That is Oracle. The Torrent's going to miss as well, and Milan still running. Stormhammer from Sven. Can he get in range? Yes, but okay, nice fissure block. That should do it unless he can get to the shrine. Oh, he cannot. Oh, the chase is real, and it is successful in the long run for Empire. So good chase right there in that level 2 Purifying Flames again. A lot of burst damage. Finishes the job bottom lane.
He's under attack.
He's
Kaiser,
probably dead. Unless can TP play right here? That's going to be tough. Gosher out of heal. He does have Kunkka coming in for the assist, but that Nether Blast, yeah, level 4. Way too much damage to prevent the kill. They're not even done just yet. I mean, Sexy Bamboo does have an RP if they want to maybe make a play right here. And another TP coming in from Ancient Apparition. Nope, that'll be the end of it. Necrophos dying.
Yeah, so Chappy just showing off exactly how good Pugner is at killing off Necros. He's extremely good at it. He just straight up kills him. You need to run away from the life drain because there's no way you can out heal it. And when you go shroud to defend yourself, you just kind of explode. So all in all, Empire's just the Panda is the one who's suffering. Like he's their main hero that they're trying to fight around, right? Otherwise, it's just going to be the Sven and Pugner show. They want to have Panda be able to do stuff, but he's just going to be an ultimate. He's not going to be a Blink Initiate ultimate. He's just going to be an ultimate from somewhere off in the distance.
Yeah.
At this point, you know, he's only 20 CS. Although Necro, he's not doing so great, but he's still going to get his Veil. He's still going to be a Necro. But yeah, everything out of that bot lane just kind of got a bit underfarmed.
Was kind of meh. Yeah. This is it's going to be a regen rune pickup here by Sexy Bamboo. That's a great timing because they smoke up. He gets it, so now he has full mana to work with. As far as if they find an opening, and this seems like that tempo that HellRaisers is kind of looking for in this game. All right, 10.5 minutes. You know, they don't have maybe like Blink Dagger yet or anything like that, but you talked about the Veil just about finished. And Blink's almost picked up on Magnus, but they're going to go to the top lane and hunt for this Oracle. And I think they might be able to get it. He's going to throw up the Face Edict on himself, heal himself up a little bit. The RP, okay, he canceled that. That looked a little scary there for a second. But Vanskar going to get pulled back in, and this would be quite the getaway if he's able to somehow. He's living for a while. Oh, well, that Shockwave misses. That's a start. Torrent connects, though. Couple more auto attacks. One more. There we go. Shockwave will do it. Well, he lived for a long time, that's for sure.
Sure, like he would have actually just been okay if Urshiga just TP'd and fissured, but I don't think Urshiga really wants to leave the spot lane for now because although I think Lycan just they're all just moving away from this lane, so Chappy's probably going to claim the tower now.
Sounding they don't want it. Lycan going the Mask of Madness, by the way. He's actually changing up his build. He went the Necro level 3 last game, and do you think this is a reaction here? Maybe with the Magnus and Power buff, it makes more sense.
Yeah, with the Magnus and Power, it definitely does make more sense. He's just going to be right-clicking and hitting heroes pretty hard. Like, the Necro is of limited value versus Pugner and Panda and Sven. All of them kill Necro units extremely fast and to not much cost themselves, really. So, also, they're not trying to do, like, this death push fight around the Necros. I think, did they have Furion in the same game? Last time they did it? I don't know.
With the Lycan? Last game?
Oh, no, okay, they did it with like Enigma, so they had more of a pushing.
Yeah.
They could push better, but yeah. Also, this game is just Necro doesn't really do very well. And the Mag, you make the most use of it without the Necro build, so yeah. Also, now, HellRaisers do have this ward up in the enemy jungle, but I'm pretty sure Empire would have realized that after the rotation that came into top lane. So, Empire are just farming this Sven in the enemy woods, which makes a lot of sense. All in all, Vanscore's got some wards he wants to place down, so both teams just kind of claiming control over the enemy jungle at this point.
Yeah, I see a couple aggressive hordes, but same thing from the Radiant side as mentioned, so getting that vision, trying to wait for an opportunity to find somebody in there, but now the team's showing that. Top tier 1's going to be pushed in. Necrophos with that new Veil will easily get the tower kill, may just keep it going. Magnus does have the blink, so seems like definitely would like to make a play with that, of course, as soon as possible. But he's not worried about showing it off. He's just going to go bottom lane and push out the lane. He's going to port top, though, so they want to fight up here. They want to push this top lane, it seems like.
Yeah, they want to start something. Like, HellRaisers have, like, the pick-off. There are no BKBs. Like, if they get a go on the Oracle, then I think they're happy to fight no matter what. Obviously, the optimal thing for Empire is, like, the RP goes off on Sven, you Oracle at him, and then he proceeds to kill everyone in sight. But I don't really think Empire want to fight. They just want to delay at this point because they just don't really have the tools. They don't have Panda Blink, not yet. He's pretty close to it, but not yet.
Yeah.
They also want Sven Blink as well, so... I think when Sven gets Blink and Echo Saber and level 12, and Panda gets Blink, they're just going to run at them, I think.
Oh. Nice vulnerability use with the Howl pop from Lycan, the Mask of Madness, obviously mitigating plenty of damage right there, but still might not deter them in the long run, and power's still up. Port's coming in from Brewmaster. The Ice Blast will connect on a Caustic to start the fight. In other words, put down on the back lines. Do you see the Purge coming out from Oracle right there? So they're going to fall back as HellRaisers, figuring it's too much of a defense. They get some damage on the tower at least, but not nearly enough. So ultimately it seems like a pretty solid hold by FN, or by Empire really right there, and FN included. He just continues to farm elsewhere. Milan's running right into a death trap. He gets a Torrent down at least, but yeah, okay, Sven, who popped God Strength and he realized he might not want to commit to it. Unfortunate there. But he'll TP and farm, it's not a stack, but he'll farm the Ancients at least. Get that Echo Saber.
He's just kind of catching up in farm. Well, not really catching up, but just trying to stay ahead, really. He doesn't want to be on par with the Lycan. That's not really where you want to be. But just looking at the net worth now, yeah, he's sitting on top of about 500. Pugna's sitting pretty close to him. Pugna's just achieved his Ether Lens as well, so...
Yeah.
Blink's now out on Panda. They do have a lot of aggressive vision. I think this ward in mid lane is quite nice. You see people rotating between jungles. You know where Lycan's going to be farming most of the time. So you know when you need to smoke. So, but Miposhka's just... Oh, no. That's...
Okay.
He killed his Tranquils, yep.
Yeah. Wait, he killed his Tranquils?
Yep.
What? I caught there late, so what do you mean? So he had them on the ground and was doing the play?
Miposhka was just like, well, he's doing the thing that you do on Urshick. Okay. Your Tranquils, you drop them, you farm the camp, and you pick them back up, and you go off and you're healing, and it's like, oh, you're being extremely efficient by dropping them on the ground, but sometimes it goes wrong. There is a risk factor associated with doing that, and sometimes
yeah,
that just happens.
That feels really bad. By the way, also feeling bad, Magnus exposes the smoke, then gets away immediately. They're still running after him, but they're going deep for this. You got to be careful about this. Yeah, even Haste Rune popping now. Pugna, did he go too deep? God Strength is popped in the back lines. He's just actually doing the Ancients. Meanwhile, over here, 3-3. He's dealing with Brewmaster, who used this Primal Split. Going to lift him up. Purge that off eventually. RP, nope, that's going to be canceled. He's kind of being a threat right here. 3-3. He pops the ulti for him, though. Sexy Bamboo thinking about running in the RP. No, we got stopped before. He couldn't cast the RP just yet. He's going to be locked in and he's killed off and before he can get the damn thing off. What timing from Empire right there. The false promise will save Caustic for now and allows him to blink out into kind of an awkward spot, but he's good. As long as they don't hit him a couple more times. Yeah, he heals up. They lose Oracle, but oh my god, that timing was absolutely insane with the Echo Slam. Brewmaster. Reaper Scythe is not enough? Yes, it is. The tick of the aura. What a defense, though.
Yeah, that was a pretty clutch Echo. He stops the RP. But just guaranteeing that the Mag dies there is pretty nice, so they get some kind of trade out of it. But that fight was just unfortunate. You know, they go on with the Panda ulti, but all their damage is on the Sven and the Pugna. And they were just kind of sitting here, like, near the Dire Ward, just on the high ground, and they couldn't really walk through the entirety of the enemy team to really do damage on top of the Brewmaster ulti, so not really the fight that Empire wanted there, but they'll take what they can get, I think. Sven is still farming. They didn't lose either of their cores. They slowed down the enemy farm, so they're okay with that, but it could have gone better.
It could have, and Sven luckily gets some information that Magnus was coming down with a couple of teammates, so he gets away.
Smoke coming out from Milan and J4. This is just the two-man smoke. They want to they just kill between them pretty much anybody, so maybe FN has a chance of surviving, but they don't catch anyone, so they don't even really have any wards, so yeah, that smoke, nothing really came out of it though.
Yeah. I think the intent was they were trying to collapse on the bottom lane, but by the time they started moving on there, they had already reacted, so it just got kind of awkward for HellRaisers at that point. But noticing the build that Sven's going for, he's actually just going to go straight into the BKB. Not going to be going for the Blink. I mean, they do have an Earthshaker, even the Brewmaster, of course, his own Blink. So Does that make sense to you that he just needs this BKB as soon as possible instead? As I say this, the push goes in trouble. He's going to be brought back. They don't have a torrent for this, though, but the Ice Blast, that will connect. However, they're going to jump Kunkka. Oh, my God. He just melts, so that should be it, though, with how much they can catch here. All right, but back to the point. BKB.
Yeah, BKB I think is... Oh, no, he decides to just straight up buy the Blink instead. So he just needs the Blink, so maybe he just... Yeah. Maybe he considered going BKB first, but I'm pretty sure he needs the Blink, because they don't really have any way of getting this Sven on top of people, other than him just running in, which is not usually the most reliable method of doing damage to Sven.
Yeah.
So he's just going to bop away at this tower, for the most part. HellRaisers don't really want any part of it. They're willing to just kind of dodge. 33 will take the tower, but maybe at the cost of his own life?
It should be. I mean, he has Shapeshift and Armlet toggle. It's just not going to be enough, though. Yeah, the God Strength activated from Sven. More than enough
Definitely
damage.
at the cost of his own life, yeah. Definitely. So he's dead. There is no doubt about that. It's just so... I feel bad for Mushka, you know? He's working towards a Soul Ring now, which he's just managed to complete in a Clarity. He had dreams of a Blink Dagger, but those dreams are cast away somewhere.
Yeah.
They're not coming. So he's pretty sad, but his teammates aren't doing so bad. Sven's still sitting at the top.
Yeah. No, Sven is looking very good right now in this game. 10,000 plus net worth lead, or net worth on him, and has the lead in the game as mentioned. Lycan though, even with that death, he's keeping up. He has the Armlet finish, of course. Milan's going to be found here in the jungle, and I don't think he's getting away from this one. So they pick off the Kunkka.
Yeah, they're just gonna. The Kunkka and AA just run it, the Kunkka and the Necro are just running into the enemy jungle, maybe trying to find something, but they're just sitting on top of a ward that's been there for about 6 minutes, so Sven knows all about it, sets up, just kills him. So, the Blink Dagger coming into effect right there. I'm just worried about HellRaisers wards right now. They don't really have much, so now they start defensively warding the river, they get something that sees bot rune. A4 generally needs to make some moves to get these wards out, but it's hard to really ward effectively. Like, he's not going to get wards down where the Sven is farming, so Sven missing with a Blink Dagger, soon to get BKB, that becomes quite scary. Yeah. So HellRaisers don't really feel comfortable farming outside of like having 3 heroes in the same place, you know?
I think HellRaisers is getting a couple items, specifically the BKB on Lycan. That's going to be the, all right, we got to start really making some plays here, because the fact, and I know this isn't Bambo's fault by any means, but he hasn't been able to get an RP off yet in this game. Obviously, he had a couple of chances, especially that one at the top jungle. That was just a great response from the Dire side, but really wanted to make use of the Magnus here and get that big RP initiation, what they're hoping on, I'm sure. And he actually has a Shadow Blade now to help with that idea. He's going to run right past the Sentry Ward, though, and actually will just come out anyways. You have Earthshaker just hiding down here. You talked about his Blink Dagger woes. Still has a while before that's going to be a thing, but he's just trying to leech experience for now. Magnus, he actually knows he's over here.
He knows what's up, yeah. He's looking for him, but he's just going to miss him. So that's unfortunate for Bambo. Like, he's just having a Murphy sort of a game, isn't he? Everything that can go wrong, really. It's not really so much going wrong, it's just nothing's really going right,
so
you know?
Close, yeah.
Yeah, it's just everything's kind of being a bit meh, you know? He's not really finding much, but there's not really much to find because Empire aren't really giving them any room to find anything. So, but Lycan BKB now, so they're just gonna smoke up and pretty much just go. Although
that was close. They go the other direction. Are they gonna go for a Roshan steal?
I think so. DD Lycan, Mask of Madness, he hits for a lot. So
yeah, especially
with Armlet on and Mask of Madness active. His damage goes up to a solid 600.
Wow. Yeah, no, it's nighttime, so the Howl. Level 4 is doing a lot of work. This is a very quick Roshan. Jeez. And that's just Lycan himself. Kai's just like, I'll assist. Yeah, you're not even necessary. Lycan's pretty much
Lycan hits astonishingly hard. Jesus.
Okay, it's slowed down a little bit. The bashes are kicking in. Now the Netherward's put down. So they know, now they're going to come in. The Primal Split activated, 3-3. Activates Shapeshift, he gets his BKB off. Out comes the Ghost Ship, and it's picked up by 3-3. Now he's running back out. Looking for his targets. He's going to go on Earthshaker. Big two-man set on the back. Lights out with the God Strength. They pick off Milan. Sexy Bamboo still barely alive. He still doesn't use that RP, but he doesn't have mana for it. And now Lycan, he has to get the hell on out of here. Remember, he does have an Aegis. They do lose Earthshaker and the Oracle, but now 3-3. He's going to get the Aegis popped, and he will not have Shapeshift for a good 65 seconds at this point. Necrophos is nearby, though, and you got to think that's going to be enough of a threat to scare them off, as it is.
Oh, so. Yeah, no. Okay, he's going to live. Oh, he almost just died back pretty embarrassingly. Sometimes he just dies twice in a row to Pugner. Even with Pugner and Sven having a little bit of a disagreement of how to kill the Ancient Apparition, they still managed to get the job done because Sven just picks up his BKB right as that fight starts, so pretty good timing for him. So he manages to kind of get going, but they only really lose the Aegis. It's not that bad. So
yeah, in the big picture, yeah, that doesn't seem like an awful fight either way. Really, it's like they lost the Aegis, as you mentioned, but you know, the core stayed alive ultimately in 3-3 and Kaiser, and it's kind of like where we were before the fight even happened. It seems like.
Yeah, so we're kind of back to where we were before. Sven ahead of the Lycan. Lycan now, they both have BKBs, so the game is... Empire are pretty happy with this, I think. As long as every fight now is just them going, like, Panda blinks in, Sven looks for the supports, he just kills them off pretty quickly because I don't think they can really hope to burst either the Necro or the Lycan. But once the Conqueror's out of the way, the AA Blast isn't really an issue. Like, someone just runs after the Mag to make sure they don't get, like, 4-man RP'd. Like, I think they're pretty comfortable taking fights. But they do still need to farm the Earthshaker, so making sure he gets currency of some form is probably going to be pretty high up on the to-do list.
Still no RP use from the Magnus. He is level 15 now, though. Got 90 gold per minute talent, so he's working towards a BKB, which that ideally should help him get offset opportunity. But again, the Empower buffs alone are definitely doing plenty that he's providing to this Lycan. Seems like every time I see him, as it does wear off there, but for the most part, it's being put on him. Trying to keep that uptime going. He has 2,000 gold. Speaking of Lycan pushing up the top lane, Necrophos, the BKB also coming along for him. It's being delivered out, in fact. So BKB really is a popular item in this game.
Yeah, it's extremely good versus... Yeah, it's extremely good in this game for both teams. Like, especially with the Brewmaster and the Earthshaker, you don't get like, you don't get fissured from afar, and you don't get messed with like that. So the Panda can't really do that much to you. You can just kind of get your target and get out afterwards. So, again, also the Sven, he doesn't really have to worry about the Conquer, just X-marking him and just being a persistent menace. So, BKB is just for peace of mind, for comfort, and for the destruction of your enemies for the most part.
Vlad's finished on the Brewmaster, going that Aura style of build here, and guess what? Is his own BKB is now queued up next. But picking up the Vlad's first, just for the better team fight with the squad here.
I'm half expecting Earthshaker to cut out the middleman and slap the BKB in his quick buy and just accept that he's just running in at this point.
Yeah, right.
But, he's pretty close to the blink now. He's 400 gold off, so I think they probably want to wait for that, but no, they're just kind of clustering up. They're ready to smoke. And off they go.
Yeah, you're right. I mean, the timing is a little interesting. As you just mentioned, he doesn't have a blink just yet. He's going to pick up a bounty room, but still about 300 gold shy.
Smoke into smoke. Oh, one team running up the high ground, though.
Bambo, he had the Shadow Plate up. They jump Lycan off the back and get in for an RP. No, we cannot. They bursted down the Lycan way too quickly with that God Strength. Okay. Yeah, 3-3 was not expecting that. Down here, they locked down Kaiser with the Primal Split, but he's able to BKB and TP out. But a great start for Empire in that fight.
Yeah, that's about as unfortunate as you can get, really. Both teams smoke into each other. One team's on the high ground next to their own shrine. The other team is not. So Sven just gets the double stun, kills the Conquer with the cleave, and Lycan, he gets his BKB off, but by the time he's got the BKB off, he's already one hit from death. So pretty just great fight. And once again, Mag doesn't even have a chance to get anything off. He can't. The fights are just so instantaneous, you know?
Yeah.
It's like Sven is already on you with his BKB going, like, you have to RP him to save your core, but it's like, I don't know, it's just rough. They need to find a way to like extend the fights and draw them out, but that just kind of works in the Panda and Pugnus favor.
Yeah, like you're saying, it's definitely nothing against him. This game is just not making the plays. It's just really they're just always so awkward as far as the initiation's kind of happening. And again, right
but thankfully, he is working towards a certain item, an item that will help him in this endeavor. So he's just joining the club.
Yeah.
So he's going to get his BKB, and then he can, well, cast his spells uninterrupted and hopefully avoid the Earthshaker just echoing him whenever he goes near him. Who, by chance, does have his Blink Dagger now. It's 28 minutes. It's been a long time in the making. But now we can see some Blink Echoes. So that's a solid counter initiation to have. And just lots of lockdown on the Lycan. That's pretty reliable, so.
Haste.
Sven's moving around. He's level 20 now. He has that Chrysalis. Bloodthorn queued up for him. But they're not going to get a chance in the middle lane for the time being. Instead, they'll fall back into the Radiant jungle and farm some more. Sexy Bamboo checking things out with the Shadow Blade. Again, we have a case of they're very close. Lycan sending out the wolves. FN, he pops a God Strength going in. Torrent. Milan runs away. FN, a little bit awkward there with that blink. Going to be purged off pretty quickly. He is pulled back with the X, though. The Torrent's going to be late, however. And so he'll be fine. Both teams are just so scared to really commit there.
I'm thinking Milan knew that they were all sitting there, right? And he walks into the creep wave and he torrents himself, going like, okay, if you blink on me, you better BKB, otherwise you're going to get torrented and you're going to be sitting in front of 5 enemy heroes with, yeah, being stunned by torrent, and then you're just going to die. So just making sure that he's just being extremely irritating there. At this point, I think he's like the only one you really like want to show. Like, he's the only one you're happy with the enemies going on, because everyone else just dies. And Kunkka does indeed die, but he's just a Kunkka, right? So he's the one you'd rather the Sven introduces himself very violently to.
Yeah, you hope that he can get off the ghost ship, but
Dire's
not the worst case scenario for HellRaisers necessarily. Milan.
No.
He's poking up. They're going to find Gostic. They're going to go. X coming out. Torrent used. Pugna's porting in. Ice Blast, Reaper Scythe, everything coming out. 70 seconds, he's dead. There's an RP. It's Pugna setting up for a skewer backwards, but 3-3 is chasing after somebody else, chasing after the Earthshaker, actually, and gets him killed. Van score, disarm, nice job with the Fate's Edict, but it's still not going to be enough to stay alive. Chappie does have that false promise on him. You got to think he's dying here, though, as he definitely does. Double kill on multiple heroes, and they go back for the tower. Guess who wasn't there? It was Sven, who gets here really late, unfortunately.
Dire's middle tower has fallen.
And now it's just, well, Mag is going to get sent back to base and he's going to be X-marked back. Just they caught the Panda completely unawares and they just killed him. And then after that, there's not really a team fight left. Oh, FN's in, but...
That's ambitious. This is really ambitious by FN, but you know what? He hits freaking hard. He's a god of sorts with that BKB. You do not want to fight him now. And so 3-3 just keeps on running. The crit comes out. Is it going to be enough? It is. FN does eventually get the kill, but at what cost now? He's going to be X back in. The Torrent connects. The heal from Chappie off to the side with that life drain, keeping him alive a little bit longer, and Miposhka comes in with the Echo Slam. They take out the Magnus. Necrophil's having to deal with that block right there. Ancient Apparition, of course, going to fall to Sven off to the side, and the chase is great for Empire, as HellRaisers has it to fully retreat now. We're not even done just yet. Miposhka, yeah, he's going to get a block of sorts. Kunkka, doesn't matter that he's on the wrong side. He goes down in there. Are they also going to get Kaiser? Oh, no. He has to pop his BKB. He does have a TP now. Damage, it's not enough. Wow, Kaiser will barely survive, but what's seeming to be Empire losing a fight right there. Oh my god, that damage is Sven.
Sven just ran in and he just kills Lycan and there's just nothing anyone can do about it. They just couldn't stop him. This is what, like a 9-second BKB? Lycan's probably just like, guys, help, force me, but they just don't really have anything to help him. They have no 4 staffs, they have nothing. So no 4 staffs against Sven means that whoever Sven goes on is just pretty much dead.
Yeah.
And only for a Pugna buyback getting a defense where they killed that many heroes and they take a tier 2, that's, I'd say, best case scenario for Empire at this point. So now they have a 3k goal advantage. Like Ghostic is, he's not any closer to his BKB, but he's working towards it. And once he gets that, then I just don't really see how like HellRaisers get the pick off after that, you know? Because that was, they got the pick off in mid by just getting the X mark into the Necroalty. But anything in the future after those BKBs come out, they're looking for it on the Pugna as well as the Panda. When those two get BKB, it's just, they have to go with the RP. And that's the only way they get pickoffs. So, like, 33 is trying his best. He's playing these fights as well as he can. He's waiting for the pickoff to go with the AALT and the Necro, and then he just goes and kills all the supports that he can find, right? He just runs around with Shapeshift and BKB on, and he just hunts everybody. But he just won't be able to really fight the Sven, because Sven is just getting a bit too powerful. And he's now got his Daedalus as well, so
yeah,
it just gets harder from here.
Yeah, I mean, we are seeing some reaction for sure coming out on HellRaisers. Kaiser as the Shivas, of course, get up. And the Courier, by the way, was picked off on the Radiant side, and there was the plate mail on it for 3-3 for Lycan's Assault AC, but he still needs a couple more components anyway, so not the end of the world for him. But, again, all that armor will be nice to have against the clearly hard-hitting Sven at this point, as you mentioned, now with the Daedalus picked up as well.
Problem is, though, with Empire's lineup is it is all on the Sven. So if he pops his BKB, pops his ulti, and he can't exactly get the initiation he wants, you know, in the mid when he kind of popped ulti, looked for the conquer, and he couldn't really get anything. If HellRaisers capitalize on a moment like that, that is when the fights can turn pretty dramatically. So it's the problem with Sven. He needs to get his go. Like, he needs to kill someone in his initial go. In his initial, where he pops ulti, BKB, he has to get somebody. If he doesn't get that, then everything just kind of gets awkward from there. You're kind of playing catch-up in the fight, you know?
Yeah.
But they're giving farm to Pugner, he's pushing out bot lane. They're giving farm to Ghostic, he's farming the jungle, so getting these two their BKBs means that it's not going to be just the Sven show after a few minutes. So spreading their bets.
Remember, Roshan is still up. Hastrun spawns right in front of the pit here. Sexy Bimbo looks like he's going to grab it before anyone else can. He has that bottle as well, so bottles it up. AC for Lycan. Yeah, it's still going to be a while. Curry's up at 30 seconds, but he only has 1,400 gold. He still needs that Hyperstone. Middle lane, FN. He's looking to go in, but the X pull back on Kunkka and FN. That's awkward. He jumps into the trees. Not going to find anyone, though.
His start point was a long way away. You have 8 seconds to just kind of go as far as you can. The only counter to that is to just Yules the Kunkka, but no Yules here, so...
Jump the Magnus, though, and Magnus is going to be bursted down, it looks like. He doesn't have a buyback either for a full minute. 3-3 still going in. He is going to run down the Oracle, actually. No false promise in response, so eye for an eye there. Milan, maybe more. Gets hit by the boulder. The primal split of that Brewmaster. Sven decides to jump in as well. Kaiser got his BKB up, though. Now FN, did he overcommit? Defusal put on him as he forced to use his own BKB and run away. 3-3 does not have Shapeshift anymore, though. It's down for 35 more seconds. But Empire...
Milan's just looking.
Yeah, it's like a fake fallback right here. That was... I don't know what Milan was really thinking, honestly. That seemed a little silly. He's kind of
I think they employed the fake back there. Just looking like they'd gone back, and then Milan's just like, oh, guys, I can get an X mark, and then we can just get a pick off, right? And then, no, you just get Pugner ulti Division to death. So now Empire will look towards doing Roche. And with Sven, Daedalus, and a Vlad's on the team, Roche will not be doing so well.
Ice Blast will... try to deter a little bit, and does end up hitting Sven. The Wolf
again
going to be killed off, though.
They have complete vision here. Like, there's 2 wards that see exactly where all of HellRaisers are, so they know what's coming. They can choose if they want to fight this or not.
Well, they got Magnus
they have
up
smoked,
here.
But...
Oh, what is this? Earthshaker jumping in. That Sentry Ward, man. He knows he's there. Meanwhile, 3-3 going on to FN. Diffusal. Going to be Persian off the Warcry. And the Reaper side does catch him at dead for 120 seconds. Has a buyback. We'll see if he ends up using it. Face Edict put on Lycan, disarming. Advanced Score's on the run. Purging himself. Doing a pretty good job. Has a Shrine use as well. They are also going to get well, anyways. The Earthshaker, that's what he is in the back lines. But Lycan actually ends up getting cut. He comes out of the shapeshift form. And the life drain just doing way too much. Magnus, he's going back in, though. He skewers up. RP was used earlier. Brewmaster. Fate's Edict helping keep him alive, though, and he can do plenty of damage. And also that suck from Chappie. The life drain is doing a lot of work throughout this fight. Necrophos eventually going to fall to that. He talked about how Pugner just so good against him as the Ice Blast comes through, but now J4 is also going to go down. So that up front fight there from HellRaisers. Once the Shapeshift wears off and 3-3 gets kited and killed, they just did not have the firepower after that.
Yeah, they managed to take that fight without Sven's BKB. Like, Sven just didn't even do anything there, but he didn't have BKB. Panda didn't use his ulti. It's just... I think, like, in the last 2 fights, Lycan just makes a beeline for the Oracle. He just presses BKB, presses ulti, and he just goes for Vanscore, and Vanscore just runs off into the distance somewhere, and he just takes the Lycan on a merry ride with him. And now, as a result, Lycan's just... he's dead for 20. So... are they just going to get a Rax with their Sven dead? I think so.
Which is just...
okay.
Yeah, that
they should be driven
crazy.
Back.
Radiant's top barracks are under attack.
Magnus, he has a skewer. Oh! He used it a little bit too early. He tried to time it there with the Brewmaster coming together. Unfortunately, using it early. And so Brewmaster does escape. But yeah, you're right. Knowing that Empire did all of that without their Sven from the very beginning of that fight really is just, it's pretty crazy to think. But it shows you that it's plenty more than just the Sven on this dire side as a team. Pugna especially and what he can do. But HellRaisers is actually going to try to finish off Roshan now. And again, we might have round 2 here at the Roshan.
Should go for a
pit.
double RP here. Oh, he doesn't have blink up for 3 seconds.
Gostic goes in, RP, nope, not going to be used just yet. He just kind of walks off, so again, Roshan will stay alive for now. Gostic popped, and P just pops Ancient Apparition. As Kanka's also going to get caught. Yep, that's what Sven can do with a Daedalus, God Strength active. First 2 before you know it, so now 2 heroes dead on HellRaiser side, and now they're going to be the ones that have to snatch this or defend. RP's still ready. Or Magnus, he's going in, he RP's and he's still, no, FN picks it up actually, the false promise, and down goes Magnus. And now you see Kaiser. He's in trouble. The BKBs, he's actually going for the turn kill to Brewmaster. Nice Fate's Edict, though. That timing was perfect. And this Necrophos, he is going to be killed off pretty quickly. Obviously, confidence on the side of Empire now in this game.
Yeah, it's just the Pugner is just really doing work. He's doing so much damage in these fights now. He's sitting in 9 and 1 and 8. He's looking towards an Octarine core, but by the time that's done, the game's probably going to be done. They have no RP to defend this. They're going to throw out an AALT and maybe a boat to try and deter the Sven, but he still has BKB, he has Aegis, he's got ulti in 15 seconds. They don't have to rush this.
Last tick, Primal Split. You got BKB active from Chappie. Let's see, he got hit by that Ice Blast. Falling back, though. There's 3-3 running in. Beelining for Vansker, as you mentioned.
Goes for it every time.
There's that Decrypto. Can't chase him this time. He's losing teammates. Meanwhile, FN is really deep here. Eventually going back for the objectives, however. Takes out the many. They were actually at the top lane. And again, 3-3, the Lycan ultimate is going to be wearing off, so he's not as much of a threat anymore. And Empire, I mean, they're still here. There's no reason for them to really fall back. In fact, God Strength just activated.
Just jumps in. It's like, is anyone here? Can I kill anyone? Anyone want to take a Sven on? Nope, they'll just walk away. He's like, alright, then I'll just go hit the bot racks. Oh. Skewer coming out.
There you go, bring him for a ride. Don't know if that's what you want, though. FN, he turns, gets a big crit, not enough damage, false promise. We'll keep him up, though, for the time being. Massive heals happening. Assume that's going to have him survive as Chappie gets a kill elsewhere. And okay from J4, it's like, yeah, this fight's just been going on for the last 2 minutes, it seems like. And Empire is constantly staying alive.
Extremely irritating. They have no way to kill him outside of using RP along with AA Blast. But they just don't have any damage that they can apply to the Empire heroes. They just really don't. The Oracle is just shutting everything down.
There we go.
Here we go. Vansker, are you ready? 33 is coming for you.
He's trying. RP hits Sven, but it really doesn't matter. Another false promise. And yeah, 3-3's dead. They just call GG. So finally, Empire will get on the board here as they take Game 3 to stay alive in this best-of-5 series, and a pretty telling victory from them too. That you know, a lot of people would have maybe favored them going into the series, and down 2-0 would have been really shocked to see a 3-0. But they do take one game here. Still a grind to go for Empire, though.
Yeah, this game was just. It looked pretty okay for HellRaisers. They started off pretty well. Lycan got farmed. They did okay in their lanes. They shot Ghostic down, but even with killing the Earthshaker's Tranquil Boots, Empire just. They fought too well around the Sven. They don't really have any counterplay. They didn't have any counter initiation to Sven just kind of running in and killing someone.
Mm-hmm.
And also, a point to make, when Magnus works, it really does work, but when it doesn't, it does really fall flat. He's sitting at 8k damage. He's got less damage than his Ancient Apparition. He helped his Lycan farm a bit, but it's I don't really think they managed to get the most that they could have out of this Magnus pick, but I think Empire's map movement and general teamfight play just made it really hard to get any kind of RP, because Pugner and Sven are opposite side of the fight. Brewmaster's, well, he's 3 people, so good luck RPing him. Yeah, it's just a rough game for Bambo this game.
I've honestly been pretty impressed, too, by Vansker on this Oracle here these last couple of games. I know they lost the previous one even, but they also picked it up against the Necrophos. And we saw that game, too, constantly purging off the Ghost Shroud with the Q there, and then the Fate's Edict, preventing kills from happening if the timing's right, obviously with the Reaper Scythe, which, again, isn't necessarily that difficult on paper to be able to counter, really. So I don't know if that's why exactly they're picking up the Oracle 100%, but if it is, I mean, definitely props to them. It's really not a hero we've seen a lot as like an anti-Necrophos tool, but I'm definitely being more sold on the idea as we've seen just these last couple of games now from the Oracle.
He's pretty good. He provides early game burst damage, which lets you kind of kill Necro early on. So like if you're maybe ganking a mid Necro, he lets you do that. He's pretty strong in lane. Like he gives you, he's just not so strong when like Necro gets up to like the second tier of items. But for the most part, Vanscore didn't have any like contact with Kaiser at all. Like he was just interfering. Well, he was mostly just tanking the Lycan for the most part, and Vanscore was okay with that. And it's only really towards the end of a few fights that he was like, okay, I'm gonna use the purge, and then I'm gonna block the damage from Necro ulti. Like that really, he didn't really have to do that. And the fact that Oracle was able to have this impact without really, by just tanking the Lycan, it just feels like there was just a hole in HellRaisers draft that they didn't really fill with this Magnus, you know?
Yeah. Well, guys, we got a game number 4 coming up here. That's I think that's good for everyone here. But HellRaisers still going to be up 2-1 in this best of 5. So all they need is just that one more victory. But Empire trying to regain momentum now as they have the 1 victory. We'll see if they can make it 2 in a row and force what would be a 5th and final game. Going into game number 4. I'm BreakyCPK, joined by Rhyme here. You're tuning into the SkinCoin WCA. If you type !SkinCoin in chat, you get information on the giveaway. Also, if you go to skincoin.org, you can check out the latest esports cryptocurrency on the market. And you can trade in your favorite Dota 2 and CSGO skins. Again, that is skincoin.org. Game number 4 coming up, guys. Stay tuned. We'll be right back.